It's your boy Lieutenant Dan here with another Falcons Film Breakdown. And I kind of wanted to do a Damontae Kazee for you guys, finally giving the people what they want. And as I was doing the video, I came across this play that I feel pretty much encompasses everything I feel about the Falcons DBs, everything I feel about Dan Quinn's defense, everything that I feel that this defense could become, and everything that I feel will give the Falcons the advantage over the Philadelphia Eagles. And there will be plenty of people that will disagree with this. There will be plenty of people that will say that this right here, this play right here, is not everything that encompasses the Atlanta Falcons, but I beg to differ. I beg to differ because I've seen this play on several occasions. I've seen the three safety looks in practices, and I have seen the Atlanta Falcons get pressure with this particular type of defense in all 4 preseason games, at least from this look in general. So let's break it down. What do we have here? What is the moment? What is the occasion? Why are the Falcons in this particular type of look? It's 3rd and 6. Jags have the ball. 29-yard line. The Atlanta Falcons are playing a 3-2-5. And I will list the players out to you and their key assignments on this particular play as such. Takk McKinley, we'll start with a line here. Takk McKinley, down at the bottom of your screen. On this line, Grady Jarrett lined up as a 0 or 1 tech. Kind of off to the side a little bit to the right-hand side of the center here who was holding the ball. And then Vic Beasley all the way at the top of your screen on this line. Now we fall back to the linebackers. Duke Riley and Devondre Campbell, respectively. Duke Riley just on the outside of Grady Jarrett, and Devondre Campbell closer to Vic Beasley on this particular play. Then we'll back it up to the DBs. Robert Alford down at the bottom of your screen here on 1 wide out towards the sideline. And Isaiah Oliver at the top of your screen there, man-to-man. We also have Brian Poole covering the slot. And Keanu Neal sitting here as a linebacker with this tight end, who is on the left-hand side of the formation for the Jags. And sitting here right in the middle is Damontae Kazee, who has come down as a middle linebacker of sorts, a field general of sorts. And his whole job on this particular play is to watch what Blake Bortles and that running back there, sidecar, does. Will it be a run play? Will it be a pass play? Will it be a dump off to the middle? Wherever he is going, whatever Blake is doing, that is Damontae Kazee's job. And out way far, whether it's on the screen or off the screen just slightly, is Ron Parker, who was cut by the Atlanta Falcons. And in any other scenario, this would probably be Ricardo Allen. And also, this would probably be Desmond Trufant at the top instead of Isaiah Oliver. And this would also probably be Deion Jones instead of Duke Riley. That is just to lay down the formation, who's on this field, what their assignments are and roles. And Ron Parker in this particular role is just covering the ass of Robert Alford and Isaiah Oliver in the deep. He is the only one playing zone on this. Single high. And what the Falcons do on this play here is they run 2 speed rushers off the edges. So now if we start counting the offensive linemen, that means they only have 3 offensive linemen left to take on 3 rushers. And then the Falcons use a double stunt with their linebackers. Duke Riley will head to the left, and Campbell will head to the right to do 2 things. 1, initiate pressure if the linemen stay, and cause separation if they don't stay, if they come to cover the linebackers, and that will leave Grady Jarrett one-on-one or with no one. You'll have man-to-man across the board except for Damontae Kazee, who his whole job is to watch this play. Let's watch it a couple of times, and let's break it down from every level. Let's break it down from the defensive line level first. Outside pressure comes from Vic Beasley and Takk McKinley. Inside pressure from Grady Jarrett, and the running back has now made it to the offensive line level and is going to be the dump off. That's where you see Damontae Kazee watching, but we're just watching the defensive line now. We will go to the DBs in just a second. But the linebackers make their stunt. Look at them cross each other and get on each side. So now that creates a mismatch here. When you're not truly going up against offensive linemen, you want to get off those blocks and go opposite directions. That causes a creative mismatch where now offensive linemen have to switch sides to where they're not comfortable and follow those blocks, leaving Grady Jarrett wide open. There's nobody on Grady Jarrett right now. There is nobody there blocking him. Duke Riley and Devondre Campbell do an amazing job here of creating separation for Grady Jarrett, so Grady Jarrett is completely wide open, and he can now attack the quarterback. Blake has stepped into the pocket. Vic has been washed out of this play, but he took the right tackle with him. And Takk McKinley has bent so well against the left tackle that he is actually free of a block and is now coming after Blake Bortles. Blake now has to get rid of this ball because there's Grady Jarrett coming right at your face and Takk McKinley coming at your back. Two guys are going to be hitting you simultaneously, and you must get this ball out of here. There's no room to run. There's nowhere to throw the ball. And this is the reason why. There's nowhere to throw this ball because as the play starts and linemen go, you see Isaiah Oliver has covered his guy. Down at the bottom of the screen, you can barely see. Robert Alford has the initial 5-yard coverage on his guy. Keanu Neal man-to-man with that tight end. And here, we're going to watch Brian Poole. Watch Brian Poole. I have pointed him out. Brian Poole is going to skirt with this wide receiver in the slot. That's where Blake is looking right now. Blake is looking for that underneath throw. He wants to get that easy yardage covered. And you can also see on the screen here that Keanu Neal, you might not be able to see him, but Keanu Neal covering his guy a little after the play, but both guys are battling. That's why there's no call being made here. Blake now has to step up into the pocket. And look at Damontae Kazee. He's just watching Blake. Watching Blake, watch this running back. Shadow the guy. Before even Blake sees his guy, he's now looking at TJ Yeldon. Damontae Kazee is already there. This would be a no gain if he just dumped the ball off right here. This would be a no gain. Damontae Kazee, I've already told you guys that I wanted to do a whole video on him, but I want the coach's film. And I'm also not going to talk about the Marquise Lee hit because that is a non-talking point here, but that influenced what the Jags were doing. They don't want to get their guys hurt. They don't want to get their guys pummeled. So it takes a little extra time as Blake tries to, okay, now I've got to adjust. This is too quick. He looks down the field towards his tight end. There's nobody open. And that means that now, oh, I got to dump this off. There's nowhere to dump this off to. Because Damontae Kazee has this on lock. If TJ Yeldon doesn't come in here and block that out, Damontae Kazee has the interception. This right here is the reason why Damontae Kazee is getting extra reps. Because he's so quick, so fast. Blake Bortles making a terrible decision here. Terrible decision. And this is how the Atlanta Falcons can beat the Philadelphia Eagles, by doing this kind of thing. Making Nick Foles go out there and create. Make decisions. That cut is so clean. I love that. I love that. I'm sorry. I'm studying this play again and again and again and again and again. Just look at that. Look at that stunt. The stunt completely opens up because, look, the Jags were thinking that this is going to condense. It doesn't condense. Now you have to take your corner and your guard and move out the other way. You got to take your other guard and move them to the opposite side. Your tackles are both behind the play. They're out of it. You didn't fully block Takk McKinley. Everybody else is covered man-to-man. There's a guy on every single person. Can't really see downfield. Wish I had the coach's film. And then you get this right here. This is how the Falcons beat you. And they want to do this. Because on 3rd and 6 or 3rd and long, or in situations where you don't have a lot of time, like a close game, the Falcons want to be able to put out the best players that they possibly can. On this play, they had the 3 best defensive linemen that they could put on the field. Deion Jones is not playing in this game, but he would be playing in place of Duke Riley. And you know Deion Jones, Devondre Campbell coming after the play is hot lightning. Straight fire. KZ out here playing. Neal out here playing. Poole out here playing. Trufant would probably be in Alfred's spot right now. And this is what the Falcons want to do. The Falcons want to highlight all the best players that they possibly can put on the field. And this is how you do it. You play a 3-5-2. The Falcons will always be a 4-3 team. But you play a 3-5-2, and you create pressure from the linebackers, who are incredibly talented, and you got a lot of DBs on the field that can all play very good man-to-man service. And one of the big focus points in Dan Quinn's meetings and in his interviews have been, we want to create turnovers. Yes, sacks are great, but creating turnovers, creating pressure from coverage, and creating those turnovers from coverage, those opportunities for us, is more important. There's a couple other plays that I could throw into this, but the main reason why I wanted to show you this play is because exotic looks from Dan Quinn have multiple levels. Speed rushers getting to their place. Grady Jarrett getting off of blocks by creating avenues from double stunts from linebackers. Linebackers who can get to the quarterback. Safeties. 3 safeties on this play. The Falcons playing 3 safety looks is going to be a norm. Get used to it. Playing only 2 linebackers will be the norm. Get used to it. Playing multiple different corners at multiple different spots. Earlier in this game, Keanu Neal gets an interception off of Robert Alford being a slot corner. Get used to it. Get used to these strange places. Why was that guy in that place? Why was that guy in that place? Because the Falcons are executing a very different style of defense. I have Eagles fans telling me, and this is slightly before the Atlanta Falcons game against the Eagles on Thursday night. This is coming out Thursday. But win or lose against the Philadelphia Eagles, the Falcons are going to be a completely different team. The only problem that the Atlanta Falcons have is consistency on offense, and that's not what this video is about. This video is about, look at the play that they just did against the Jags. It will most likely happen against the Eagles because I saw it in practice. I saw it in the preseason games. I know that I can take a grain of salt from the practice stuff, but I can't really take a grain of salt from these preseason games. When you show the same thing from practice in a preseason game, that tells me you're going to use that. You're going to use that to your advantage. The Eagles, I'm not going to downplay them. They are one of the most balanced teams in the NFL from 2017, and now it is 2018. We don't know who they're going to be. They don't know who we're going to be. And that's going to be the fun of it. I hope you guys enjoy the game. I hope you guys enjoy the content. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell on the front page. Please do go into the comment sections and tell me what you thought of this play. If I broke it down enough. If I gave you something to be excited about for the Atlanta Falcons. I hope you guys enjoy the Philadelphia Eagles versus Falcons game. I'm going to just sit back and enjoy it. I'm going to have a fun time with it. Definitely go to my Patreon and go check that out. Drop $1 for your boy who's putting down this film breakdown for you. And go check me out on social media. UNGR_show on Twitter and on Instagram. I hope you guys enjoyed everything that I showed you today. Come hang out with me on all of those platforms. And definitely go check out our website, www.ungrshow.com, to get all the latest news, write-ups, and film breakdowns. If you do not get notified from Notification Squad. My name's Lieutenant Dan. This is Falcons Film Breakdown. Y'all have a wonderful day. Enjoy the start of the NFL season. Peace.